Watch this. The remote control that I've got for this camera, the integrated, what they call the stock camera on my phone, has actually got a pause button now, so I can do what I do with audio. Thinking back to a picture of at my mum's from 2 years ago that I posted recently. The lighting is as it would have been, the scene it's depicting. There was no posing going on. It was as it would have been. And it just transported me there. And not only that, but using microphones when I'm doing audio, that thing does a far better job than my podcast microphone, if that brings it into picture. It does. Uh, that does a much better job because I can be flexible, I can relax, I'm not rigidly sat, and it does have implications for what you say in your material. Um, and I thought I got to thinking. All the tripods, all the lights, or I even got a ring light. Me, the filters, and so on and so forth. It made an increasingly large barrier between me and just hitting record and speaking. Uh, Now, sometimes I like to get in the environment because it's something to look back on. Like with that photograph, it does take you back, and that some of those scenes are some of the most worthwhile scenes in a lot of my videos, which says a lot for the type of things I talk about, I suppose. But at times, but yeah, I've been wanting to get back to this raw, largely unfiltered, unedited sense of doing things. Um, because I have neglected video. Audio's been the medium that I've concentrated on the most in recent times. There's been reasons for that. I'm on week 15 of the medication I'm on, and it's only week 24 that I'll be able to do what I used to be able to do in videos like this, which is you're talking, but you're able to think way ahead and further back and so on and so forth. I won't be able to do that until about week 24 if things go the way they're supposed to go. Um, but which presents difficulties at the moment. But even so, just to press record and talk and say something worthwhile, which I haven't been able to do for a long time. Um, and part of the problem has been all this stuff, all this paraphernalia around just something as simple as hitting record and going for it. Uh, which I've missed doing. Uh, Video's got its pros and cons. I mean, there's issues around privacy, uh, self-surveillance, uh, surveillance, performance, and so on. But you do get a sense of context that you get in no other way. I can look at myself and figure out pretty quick with video where I can't in any other of the mediums, exactly what was going on with me pretty much at the time. And it's good to see context. Now, there's a video that I've currently got on the website called My New Crib shortly after my mum died in April 2024 last year. Uh, and the place is just barren. It's just like, it's hard to think that I actually put up with that for that long. But now it's more lived in. Uh, but things like that, the context that remind you, I'd have completely forgotten about that. And it's not that long ago, even though it seems like years ago. It's not that long ago. But to be reminded of that was quite something. Um, and like if you, it's an important component video that I'm going to try not to neglect again. Yeah, it's difficult round here. Not much happens in my hometown. It's anathema, is that the right term? To creativity. You feel yourself squeezed out of you, sort of thing, which isn't helpful. At times, you just got to be persistent, I suppose. Uh, they've got a what's called it, a creative hub, which is basically a business. This being the type of town that it is, it's essentially a business thing. So it's not really what I expected it could be. But it's that sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? It's not really conducive to getting you into the frame of mind where you're producing the better stuff that you can produce, sort of thing. But yeah, so going back to natural lighting and getting it back to as natural and raw and unprocessed as I can possibly get it. Now I'm doing certain things with this, like I said, with the microphone, filming in log, but that's to get to a sense of what's really a sense of context, and to be able to be heard. You know, I need to be able to be heard, obviously. Um, if you're doing these things, videos, just give it a go. Just hit record, prop your phone up somewhere, hit record, and talk. And now, I don't know how many apps do this, where you can pause a video. But I do quite like the pauses, the natural pauses that take place in video. It's again, it's another unprocessed. Did I say processed or unprocessed? It's another unprocessed thing that takes place. It's raw. That's how communication is. It may not suit most people's idea of video, but I quite like it. Pauses as he goes on one. But anyway, yeah, if you're going to do it, just at one stage, I was going to read out a shopping list. When I was really struggling with psychosis, even though I wasn't struggling as much with psychosis, because it was a 24/7 job, but and intense. But was it that much of a struggle? Not from my vantage point. But wasn't I struggling with psychosis? But yeah, I'm going to do more of these, I think. I've got to get back into the swing of things. Like I said, it's going to be another 13 weeks, is it? 24. No, it's not. 15. 9 weeks. 9 weeks away. Until I hit 24 weeks, where I should be able to do these things as I did before, but without the psychosis. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Um, but yeah, but it's things like that. You stumble across a photograph, and and you can put yourself there. It's almost magical. Where the lighting's right, the scene is right. I mean, I've got plenty of pictures of that living room where I've got one in particular where Mum's smiling, and it's a nice photograph, but it doesn't really take me there like that photograph does. But just be mindful, just be aware, just be cognizant. is a better term, of the fact that what media you use does impact the message you get across, how you appear, how you read it, and so on. And it's a combination of audio, text, and video that does make a difference when you combine the three. Does make quite a difference. But anyway, like I said, give it a go. This has gone past the 10-minute mark, and I'll wrap it up there.